Alright, what you see here is a Hunter Coaster Breeze ceiling fan, an antique brass finish that was manufactured in the third quarter of 1996. I bought this last summer, well, summer of 2016, for the price that I definitely would say is a bit overpriced. Like it was like it was like $35, like close to 40. Yes, I know some of you guys are gonna give me a lot of crap about it, but I have a reason why I spent that much on it. If it was just a regular coastal breeze that's not anywhere else, I definitely wouldn't have bought in it. But the reason why I bought this is because this exact coastal breeze right here is the exact display model that was at the furniture store that I got the Sanyo from. This one was there since I was a little kid. I'm pretty sure I even saw this fan even before I even got the Hampton Bay carousel. So that's how long I've seen this fan. Like that's how long like this fan's been part of my life. So just so you guys get an idea, this is like back in the early 2000s. Like I feel like I feel it was the year 2000 that I first saw this fan, 2000 or 2001. So and every time I go there, I'd go and see the display fans and this and a bunch of KDKs they had and stuff like that. They didn't really have too much of a display compared to what they have up now. So, but this is one that they'd always have every time I'd come here in the summer. They would have this one. They would always have this one up. It never sold. And I was wondering why it never sold. And I still don't know why. I'm guessing people just didn't want the KDKs only. Because at the time people were more just into air movement. I'm sorry about this fly flying around. I've been trying to catch. He's been escaping me. But yeah. Yeah, this fan has been there for so many years that then like around 2010, 2011, it finally was taken down. I mean, and before that, like in '09, there was a white one that was put up that they actually never sold. That they had up in storage, and they put that one downstairs to sell. That one sold right away, like with in like less than a year. So, and this one still remained. So, right around 2010, 2011, they took it down from display, and I thought that it was sold, but it turns out that they actually had it up in the attic because nobody wanted it, so they just put it upstairs. Because because it was too dated looking, I'm guessing. So that was the main reason they told me that it was too old, and they basically just gave up on the fan since nobody ever bought it. So they put it up in the attic of the store, the attic / storage area, because they were putting up more modern fans for display, and nobody was going to buy an older fan like this, basically, if there's a ton of newer fans that they could choose from, which is kind of true, considering how people aren't nowadays, that they prefer to get more modern looking furniture, especially in this country. So, yeah. And when I found it this summer, I was surprised. I was extremely surprised that they still had it, and I wanted to try to get it because I felt so bad that it was still there after all these years, especially in the condition it was in. It is a bit rusted up, but it's not the store's fault. I mean, in the country, any fan down here is bound to get some rust on it because of the climate. It rains quite frequently. The windows here are not closed all the time like they are in the States. They're open almost all year long, and we close them like when it's raining, and that's it. And that's because it's hot in this country. It's a tropical country, so yeah. Originally, I did plan to send the Carriage house to an iron finish for the living room, but when I saw this one there, I figured, you know what, this will be the perfect fan for the living room, so I bought it. I talked to the owner, and I said, well, there's this fan that's still up there that you guys haven't sold. I'll buy it from you for a price. But since it's been up there, I did try to talk them down a bit. Since it's been up for so many years, nobody's buying it, and there's a bunch of school housing. Like, could they obviously like sell it at half price, so or just give me like a discount or something? And since she knew me, she sold it for that. I mean, they did need to make some profit off of it still, so I can understand that. So, but at the same time, if I didn't get the fan, it would still be up here until then, until they probably just threw it out or something like that, or sold it to like a part shop or something like that. So yeah. But the fan does run fine. It's never been used. So yeah, I don't care what people think. Oh, I wasted. Some of you guys might think I wasted money on this fan, but to me, if it's something that's important to me, especially for my childhood, it's not a waste of money. It's something that's well spent. Because to me, I like to have stuff that's from my childhood. More specifically, fans that are actually from my childhood, like in this one. So and those are the ones that are more valuable to me than higher quality fans like Constant Rock. I'd rather have actual fans from my childhood that were the exact ones. So yeah, I'm just gonna show the bottom. As you can see, it's a bit. That's kind of hard to see, but you can kind of tell it's a bit rusted. There's some rust there. The bottom of this is extremely rusty. And yeah, you definitely can't see it that well. But yeah, the blade arms, the top part of it is like right here. It's in pretty good shape. The switch arms is a little bit rusted right there and stuff. But I want to put a gloss white on this fan because this coming summer, in 2017, I want to install this in my grandparents' living room where I'm floor testing it right now. Here's the Hunter logo, and yeah. Today is Thursday, / Friday. I'm gonna be. Oh no, today's Thursday. I think I'm not even sure. I don't even know what's day. Haven't been keeping track, but yeah. Let me go ahead and start off on no. Switch housing is busted. That's the only issue it has. Other than that, the fan does run fine. I'm not using tape because the pushing just rests right in the center of the motor when it's on, when I'm floor testing it. It's a very slow low speed, but down here this fan's not even gonna, when it gets installed in the living room, obviously they're not gonna use it on low speed, so it doesn't really matter. But I do feel some air from it on no. Even though it's a very slow low speed, I do like fans that have a nice low speed like this. So yeah. And I could bring this one up to the States, but the thing is it's so rusted it's extremely rusty, and I can find one up there in better shape, and since I spent so much money on this one, I'd rather put it up here where it'll actually get some use, so my money will be well worth spent, so yeah. And there's no other place I'd want to install it more than my grandparents' living room, where I can always see it installed, and it reminds me of my childhood back when I just hear it on display and saying that it's actually finally getting used after all these years, and finally having a home as an owners basically. Alright, let me go ahead and move up to medium. And I am using some tape underneath, like right in this part of the switch housing, so it doesn't. So that's why you're not hearing like metal grain against it. Yeah, it's the pull chain and the switch housing grinding against the motor. The motor is pretty silent. I did add a little bit of oil in it just to free it up a little bit since it was sitting up there for so many years, not being used. It was fine, but I just figured why not. Yeah, it does a pretty good job on medium speed. It's not as good as the other Hunter fans that have in the United States, for instance, like the Infinity, Passport 2, the Rope File, the Master Dressing Room. well, this is basically a coastal breeze, but the same thing. I mean, it doesn't move as much air on medium. It also goes slower. Well, it goes about the same speed as a low profile, but just a tiny bit slower. Our low profile definitely does move more on medium than this. Alright, now for a high. Now my aunt in the United States has a white one. And she painted the blades with yellow. It's a 52-inch one with a white motor. Yeah, it doesn't have the vents in the motor like this one does. So I was a bit surprised to find this one with vents, but yeah, this one definitely goes a lot faster. There was rumors that the white ones go a bit slower. I don't know if that's true or not, but I know that hers isn't in the best shape as well. The blades are the grommets are all worn out, so that could be making it go slower. But or the cap might be going out. Who knows? Might be having a fan capacitor, but this one definitely runs well. I mean, it could be installed right the way it is, even with the bus is still trouncing, but since I want to put a white kit on it, I'm just not sure if that would be the best idea. Just leaving it like that. It might be fine, it might not, but we'll have to see. I just need to get some self-tapping screws and that will work, but if it doesn't really mess up, the white kit will be fine. I'll probably just leave it like this, so when it's hanging up, it won't be running against it. Gravity will be pushing it downwards, so that won't be an issue. But yeah, my grandparents, they felt the air movement. My mom felt the air movement. They're pretty impressed with it, so we are going to try to get it installed. My grandparents don't really know yet about this, but my mom can talk them into it, so the living room I know is a room that we can pretty much talk them into wanting us to install a fan. But my mom's gonna pay for it, so yeah. I'd install it myself, but with just watt breakers and like that, it's a little bit different down here. My grandparents don't feel comfortable with me doing it, so I don't want to stress them out, so I'm okay with letting someone else do it. And also the wiring's a bit different down here. So it's not color coding and stuff, so I'm not too familiar with it. I mean, it's not the best air movement. Like, it's not the greatest, but for what it is, it's definitely just moving a pretty good amount of air. I do have better fans in my collection, but it's definitely not the worst fan. It's definitely one of my better air movements in my collection. It's not as good as the other Hunter fans that I have, since this is a lower end Hunter fan. From the 90s, but definitely it's a lot better than what you can buy out there today. A lot of the stuff that's out there today is just cheap quality fans. And this is a cheap fan, but it's actually one that was better made than what's out there, and what you can get today, like a Home Depot or Lowe's. Well, animation fans are pretty good too, so. Well, I don't have that much money to buy them, so yeah. No, this one. I'd rather not have them too modern looking for my grandparents. So, okay, let me go ahead and shut it off. And of course, printouts not going to be accurate because it's switch is against it. But, just so you guys get an idea. But I'm definitely glad to find that I was able to get the fan, despite how much I paid for it. If it was like more than 40, I probably wouldn't have gotten it, but definitely want to spend 60 on this, definitely, because that's like how much these went for brand new. And condition it is. But this is different. I feel like this is a fan that it was kind of like buying a part of my childhood back. Basically, that's how I felt. So yeah. Yes. Switch on things definitely affecting the spin down. Sorry about that. And even though it's extremely hot down here, I'm not extremely, it's like 70 degrees right now. I'll show on reverse just for the heck of it, since I have it connected right now. In fact, I'll hold the switch housing up when I do the spin out on reverse, just to see if it's any different. Probably will be, but I just want to see how much of a difference it is. And I'm gonna try to find a school for this that has floral design on it. if I'm lucky, because they used to sell them here all the time. But at the front, they still sold them back in the 2000s, like the late 2000s, like back in '09. And we haven't a brown kitty here we bought in like 2010 I think, 2011. And that's like the last time they had them. They still sell globes that have photo designs, but those like just the round globes, and I prefer to have squirrels globes so it matches the Katy Kate's globe. Also, I don't want a round globe to hang down a bit low, and when they clean, sometimes they're not too careful. So, yeah. Okay, now for medium. And if I can't get this photography face, what I'll probably just do is find another cool breed like this up in the States and just send the motor down here so I can do a motor swap. So, I might do that, I might not. I kind of rather keep this fan all original since it's the exact one from my childhood. I'd rather treat it the way it is. And we'll see what happens. Yeah, performance is the same. Motor speed is the same. Yeah, despite these being cheaper fans from Honda, these are actually one of my favorite fans from Honda fridge. Mostly because of child reasons, and also I just like the simple look of it. Okay, now for high. Definitely does a good job on reverse. But yeah, there's just so many fans that from my childhood that I wish I'd had a chance to have gotten. And this is just one of them. I'm damn thankful that I was able to get, along with the Sanyo, Universal, and the Katy Kate from the furniture store. There's just a lot of fans in this country that I wish I could have gotten for myself, saved. Well, they never get thrown away down here. They always just like give them to somebody or just sell them to a pawn shop. But yeah, there's just a lot of other fans that I were unable to get. And this is this one I feel like this is a perfect opportunity to get something, a major one, specifically to be part of my collection. So yeah, just a pretty good job on it. Reverse. Now I'll shut it off. I'm gonna hold it in place to see if the spin down's longer. It shouldn't really be that long because its bearings definitely I don't think have broken in. Since the fan's never been used until that. Well, I tested it in the summer, but until I got it, it's never been used. And I still had all of the it had those isolation things for the canopy. For the mounting bracket, had all of that stuff inside of it still. So they had like the mounting bracket attached to the canopy, and all that stuff was inside of it. So yeah. But seeing it assembled and seeing it in the living room, I know for a fact this fan's gonna look great in here. In fact, that before I got this, like many years ago, they used to sell like a GE event fan, a 4-bladed one, polished brass, or antique brass. It was one or the other, but I think they had it in both finishes. They still sold them, and I wanted to get one. It was a 4-bladed one with a school, and I wanted to get something like that for the living room. And when they stopped selling, I was pretty upset. It was like back in 2010 that they stopped making it. So, yeah. Now that I have this, knowing that this is that fan was probably a very cheap price, but since I can actually put up this one, it makes up for it. Since I've always wanted a 4-bladed fan of a square globe in the living room, so this will be the fan. So yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos to come.